Hi there, it's a happy Tuesday. It's sorry to rub your nose in it. It's absolutely beautiful on the Sunshine Coast where I am right now. I've been on the beach and I'm probably going to get a really bad tan. Look at that. Oh my word. Summer better come soon so I can even that out. This video that I'm going to share with you today is something I've been thinking about for a while. If you don't already know it, I love the English language and I love saying big complicated words just because they sound so awesome. So there are a lot of words that make up the body in terms of anatomy that are just so darn cool to say. So I've got a whole list of them. I'm going to go through them one by one just to help you understand them, and hopefully you'll appreciate them as well. So I've got a list of, I don't know, maybe 12 or so words, but if you've got any other words that really come up for you, please feel free to drop them in because I love sharing this kind of weird stuff with people. And it's not weird, it's what we are, it's who we are, and we should really get to know ourselves so much better. So I would say my very top word that I love to use in the body is called the homunculus. And maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but it's an area, a region inside of the brain that is a mapping out of our body. So every time we get touched, that area of the brain lights up. And there are some areas, especially that are more sensitive or have more proprioceptive neurons, are larger in terms of the space. For example, the lips are much bigger in terms of something like the little finger. But if you were a piano player and you used your fingers like that in your everyday life, that area of the brain would be much more enlarged because you would have that sensitivity for that part of the body. So, homunculus. The next one is the acetabulum. Oh, what a word. So the acetabulum is formed in this area here, which is the hip socket, and it's this rounded edge where the leg bone fits into. So when we do a leg circle, even when we just raise a leg up and down, when we're standing, when we're walking, that leg bone is in the acetabulum. It also then has a cartilage covering and things like that that make the joint surface a lot smoother for the leg bone, but that is the area, acetabulum. The next one I like is the navicular. So the navicular is a bone that's in our foot. It's a very important bone. But sometimes we just don't know, when you are just looking at your feet, you don't know what's under the surface. So here comes my bony bits. And the navicular is this little bone over here. And it's got this sort of, it's hard to show it on here, but it looks like a boat, like a rocking boat. And it's got a lot of attachment sites to it. It's got some important sort of pressure points on it. And it's just cool to say, navicular. Awesome. The next one is phalanges. So phalanges are our digits, our fingers or our toes. So it's this portion here. So the big toe or the thumb have two bones in there. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then all the others have 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the same in the fingers. So fingers and toes are called phalanges. Such a cool name. The next one is epicondyle. Isn't it great? I mean, they're condyles, which are at the base of the occiput, but the epi makes it even better. So epicondyle you find in the femurs, which are these condyles that are here. So the epicondyles are on the side. And also in the humerus, which is the arm bone. And these little points here, the medial and the lateral, are called epicondyles. I hope you're enjoying your anatomy lesson. I'm trying to remember all the things that I wanted to talk about. So those were the bony bits. The next one is the interosseous membrane. So inter meaning between, osseous meaning bone, and the membrane between. So we find an interosseous membrane between the ulna and the radius in the forearm, and between the tibia and the fibula in the leg. And that area is actually mobile. It's got some give in it, and it's really good to get released in those areas so that you're not feeling constricted in your forearm. Sometimes things like carpal tunnel. We want to be able to sort of massage that in-between stage. Sometimes if you get shin splints, same thing, we mobilize that area. Interosseous membrane. Oh, how cool is that? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Calcaneus, I forgot. Of course, calcaneus, where are you? That is the heel bone, and that is what we weight bear on. Every step we take, we do a heel strike. We go down onto the calcaneus and then roll off. When we do our footwork and things like that on the different pieces of apparatus, that's where we want to balance on. A lot of people try and balance here in the soft edge of the foot or in the sole. That's not going to give you the weight bearing. This is the bone. Look at it. It's nice and big. It's thick. It's chunky. It's designed for weight bearing. Calcaneus. Love it. All right, we've done that, and that. All right, so now we come to some more things. I also asked some people, like, what are your favorite words? So some of these have been helped from other clients. One of them is the sternocleidomastoid. Say that fast. So the sternocleidomastoid is this muscle that goes from your collarbone or sternum through your collarbone all the way up to your mastoid. When you can decipher the body and you know where everything is, it's so simple to understand your anatomy. So what does the sternocleidomastoid do is if I turn my head to the side, that muscle will engage. So it engages to turn my head the opposite way. And then when I go the other side, that one will engage up here. If you do bad breathing, that one's going to show up quite a lot because you're using these accessory muscles to do the breathing that should be done a little bit more low and a little bit more from your diaphragm. Watch out for that. The xiphoid process. Who doesn't like the xiphoid? It's at the bottom of your sternum. It's a tiny little pointy bit. It's got to do with attachment site of your rectus abdominis, your six-pack muscle. It has attachment to your diaphragm, your main breathing muscle. It's got attachments to the transversus abdominis, which is your stabilizing core muscle of your abdominals. It's just the divide between the upper and the lower body. Great place. The next one is the epiglottis. I think I like everything with an epi in it. So the epiglottis is the little tongue that you've got at the back of your throat, and I'm just too embarrassed to open my mouth and show it to you. But if you opened your mouth and you saw that little tongue that does that little thing, that's the epiglottis. And then another one is called the gastrocnemius, which are your calf muscles. So you've got a double flap on one calf. One goes this way, one goes that way. And that is your gastroc. And it's really nice to do a massaging, and you can pull your gastroc from side to side. Underneath there is the soleus or the soleus. So this is also depending on where and how you learn your anatomy. And then the final one I'm going to share with you today is probably my favorite sort of internal one, and that is the duodenum, or as some of my American friends say, the duodenum. So that's also cool. Like you could say duodenum or duodenum, and they both sound really epic. So the duodenum is part of the small intestine, and there's so much that we don't know about our internal bodies that we could learn just by watching this video. Anyway, that's all I have time for today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And let me know what your favorite body part is, the name of it. And let's share the love. So I'll catch you all really soon. Have a beautiful day wherever you are. Bye.